Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bella Souls with
Drake from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
We're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Drake, you brought the big one.
It's been a long time coming. Papa Smurf himself in book form, the readable version.
Yes, Guilliman's back. We have Rise of the Primarch, Gathering Storm 3, Rise of the Primarch here for you. Guilliman's back, Cypher's back, Voldus, there's a new Grandmaster, the third Brotherhood of the Grey Knights is back again for the first time.
Right, back slash.
And it's basically just, it's pretty awesome. Guilliman's back, but it's an epic road trip from Crag to Terra.
It's like a buddy
trio film. I don't know.
Travel.
It's a road trip.
It's a road trip through the warp and the Wedway back to Holy Terra.
Yeah. And on top of that, all the other rules and everything there. I've already got to flip this book before. I'm pretty pumped about this one, man. I'm excited to get to show everything off.
I wasn't expecting how many Chaos fellows were going to get direct nods and to go toe-to-toe with Mr.
If this
Roboute.
was a movie, the cameo list would be...
Yeah.
Pretty exciting times. Well, we'll stop stalling here. Let's take a look inside the new Gathering Storm 3, Rise of the Primarch. All right, Drake. It's Gathering Storm 3, Rise of the Primarch. Ready for this, man?
I guess. I hope Chaos wins, so I'm not super stoked about how royally awesome Roboute is.
Yeah. So full disclosure, Drake's a bit of a Zinch player, right?
Yeah, 1,000 Suns.
Yeah, a little bit. Me, I play pretty much everything. So I'm stoked about this. I've been playing for 40k for a long time, and I'm super pumped to see a Primarch, a loyalist Primarch at that, show back up. I mean, this is the first major change to the backstory fluff, the lore, whatever you want to call it, in like 20 years, man.
You mean the story's progressing?
Yes.
What?
We're actually moving forward, and my mind is getting blown right now. Like I said, I've got to see this book before. We are going to have full rules for Guilliman, some new stuff, new formations for everybody. Grey Knight's going to show up with Grandmaster Voldus. Cypher's going to show up. There's new rules for the Fallen. It's just... there's a lot of really good stuff. So let's dive in, man. First off, I do want to reiterate how awesome all of the artwork is in this book. There's the Dramatis persona. We've showed this off before here in Bowls, but there's a ton of other characters that aren't listed here because they don't take place in the story proper, but they are definitely in the book. So they're mentioned, but they're not. Like, there's no Abaddon though, but like there's other things going on.
So what? Do you want better? We got Magnus the Red.
There we go. Magnus shows up, Kyra shows up, Scarbrand shows up, and they have active parts in the story, which is really cool.
Meaning they fight.
Yeah. We're going to skip through the story. I don't want to ruin or spoiler anything out, any more stuff out, but it's pretty cool. Eldar show up with everybody from Rise, Fall Acadia and Fractured Viltan. They warp into Lapis from the Webway. They make their way to the Fortress of Hera. They revive Guilliman, rebuild him. Belisarius Call has something in his magic box that he uses to bring him back to life, and with some help from the Eldari. Yvraine helps out. Drago shows up. It's a really quick demon fight. Shows up with
him and Voldus, right?
Yeah, brother Voldus, and he's like, "Yo, man, you're so good. I'm gonna make you the next Grandmaster of the Grey Knights. You're gonna be the Third Brotherhood." And he's like, "Really? Yeah." And then he goes back in the warp. And that's pretty much. I like your style. I like your moves. And they're back in the warp. There's just so much to cover. I don't even know where to go, where to start. Guilliman comes back, full power.
In case you weren't aware of that.
Yeah, he's got some new armor, new toys.
Big E sword.
Big old sword. Yeah. The Emperor Flaming Sword. There you go. Obviously, it's going to be bad times for Chaos. They get their butts kicked back off the planet. Now they hang out. I do want to give them credit.
Yeah.
The Chaos Marines do hang out trying to disrupt this for a long time, but eventually Guilliman does win with his crew. Celestine actually crowns him at the coronation. You've got Marnius Calgar down here. You have your Yvraine. You've got Call. Basically, you've got Greyfax and Celestine. You've got the whole Imperial... Everything's
that's
represented.
triumvirate.
is like represented here, plus the Eldari. So yeah. All the cool art.
His loyalists finally.
We've showed this page off before. This is where we get to see guys like Fulgrim show up for a head nod. Magnus talks to some people. Mortarion. You get a little bit of a head nod. But again, this is like a blowout page, so it's not part of the main story, but it has some impact on its context.
Yeah.
There's the battle for McGrag. Again, they eventually do win. Shocker. Moving on. Skipping ahead. Big old maelstrom. They actually decide to go there, which this is kind of like what's been going on in the maelstrom too. They go there. They do run into some Red Corsairs who are being aided by a certain Kairos, the Fate Weaver. Again, more awesome artwork. Guilliman gets captured. Yeah.
By Doublehead Zinch himself.
Yep. Kairos actually hits him with a spell, shackles him up, and they take him to a Blackstone Fortress. So, score 1 for Kairos, but who saves Guilliman? The man in black, Cypher, shows up. Again, Blackstone Fortress is involved. We're not going to go over all the details. Cypher does show up. There's more fighting. Scarbrig jumps in too with that. We're not going to go through all that, but there is a big epic fight with Scarbrig. There's a big running around.
We've got more sorcerers.
There's a part in here where they go all Buffy, where Greyfax slams Silver Stakes through one Rubikai after another. She's just kind of going all, turn them to dust, all Buffy style.
They're already dust.
Turn them back into dust? I don't know.
He pops their baggies and they...
Yeah, but he shows back up. He fights Guilliman, Magnus fights Guilliman. I think that's Sicarius there fighting too with Greyfax, fighting Armin. So there's a big throwdown. There's Call. Their forces there too. Sisters show up. Sisters of Silence show up. They get to Terra, the throne world. Some stuff happens which we're going to skip past. I'm trying to find the proper end. Talons of the Emperor. Ta-da, I'm not going to show all that off.
It's going to be cool.
Yep. And then we get to the models, which we've seen now for several weeks, been teased out like crazy. They look awesome. I've got to see the blocks themselves. Paint jobs for the Fallen. So if you want to repaint your Dark Angels pre-heresy style or Fallen, your call, however you want to call it. And then we get into the rules. So the rules themselves, there's several missions. I believe it's 9 total. So if you want to play through the narrative of Rise of the Primarch, you can do so. It's pretty sweet. We get to the Forces of the Adeptus Astartes. There's going to be some extra formations here. We've got Demonic Adversaries are back for Grey Knights. We've got extra formations for everybody. The Fallen Angels have a really interesting Battle Brothers chart, in my opinion. We've pointed this out before, but the armies of the Imperium, they count as Battle Brothers 4, except for Dark Angels and Chaos Space Marines. So they can be Battle Brothers for the armies of the Imperium, which is, again, Space Marines, Imperial Guard.
But also Chaos
Marines. Yeah.
Which,
how do you feel about that?
Maybe I didn't read it close enough. I think that's interesting.
There's going to be some weirdness that you can pull. I don't even want to think about it.
I don't know where that comes from. Like, did I miss something? What? Why is that?
I mean, they're still technically Marines. They're Chaos Marines. I don't know.
Are they?
Are they loyalists? I mean, that's the Fallen. That's there you have it.
Because they pull their relics from Space Marines, right? Their kit is it say?
Yeah, they're weird.
Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's talking about other things. This.
Yeah. Well, you'll see here. We'll flip through it real quick. Here's Cypher. Here's his full rules. He's got some cool stuff. He can do his blazing weapons. He gets his Overwatch at full ballistic skill, which is 10. So he can just blast away. His divine protection will deny you, has a chance to deny you victory points if you don't kill him in close combat. It's probably the best way to do it. But if you shoot him at range, if you don't
if you're in close combat, you for sure like.
If you can take him out, yeah. He's got a 3-up save. Fleet, hit and run, independent character, infiltrate, shrouded. So he's pretty sneaky. You also have crazy awesome stuff. If you are playing Dark Angels, you can get extra victory points, so that's kind of fun. I do want to point out though, his plasma pistol does not have gets hot, and his bolter has an extra 4-inch range. His bolt pistol, so it's a 16-inch range bolt pistol. So he's special. Gunfighter ability in close combat too. Here's the Fallen. They are elite choices and Fallen champions. This is their formation so that you can take Cypher and 1 to 3 units of Fallen. And you can see here, they get a bunch of extra stuff. The big thing too is they have 2 attacks base. And they come with a bolt gun, bolt pistol, and close combat weapons. So 3 attacks standing still, which is pretty saucy. 4 on the charge. They have grenades too. And you can deck them out in pretty crazy ways. Here's Grandmaster Voldus and his crazy rules. He is a lore master and gets 1 more power normal for his mastery level, and it has to be generated from the Demonology Santic discipline. If you go all in on Santic, he's a Psychic Mastery 3, and plus you get the bonus for going all in, netting him 5 of the 6 powers, or 5 of the 7 powers if you count the Primus.
Which I play Thousand Suns, so that's not too impressive.
But for everybody else, that's not.
But for a librarian,
yeah.
I guess it's cool.
He also has a pretty monster stat line.
Yeah.
He also packs this Malice Argarum, which is a Thunderhammer, basically.
With Demon Bane.
With melee, force, concussive, Demon Bane, specialist weapons. It does not have unwieldy.
Yes.
So it is a Thunderhammer that swings at initiative, which his initiative is 5. Yeah. Have fun with that one.
He also has the Iron Halo, which means he has an invuln, right?
He does have an invuln. He has a 4-up instead of a regular 5-up. So, yeah, pretty good. It's pretty meaningful close combat. You definitely want to watch out for him. Here's his formation. Bulwark of Purity is the name of it. Yeah, it does some neat stuff. We're gonna keep moving though. Here's the Grey Knight's Appendix, all their special rules, all the Demonic Adversary charts. This is pretty fun.
Which I think is super cool.
Yeah, this is an optional rule section. If you are playing as a Grey Knight, or playing against Grey Knight, you have to both agree to use these rules. But if you do,
I can be possessed.
Yeah. The Adversary Warlord gains a bunch of special rules, a 3-up invulnerable save as well. You get to roll on this chart every turn. Yeah, it's just, if it wasn't tough enough for Grey Knights, just to make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, like, I'm going to let my ally also have demon allies.
Yeah.
And be a demon.
Yeah.
Basically half a demon prince.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then, of course, Guilliman, all this crazy stuff. We've shown him off before, but he is bonkers. What a lot of people have been concerned about is he's a monstrous creature character, so he can't join a unit.
Right.
So how do you get around that? Well, you take this formation, which has a special rule, which is the Primarch Chosen. While a unit from this formation is within 3 inches of Guilliman, he can make lookouts or rolls as if he was part of that unit. So that is Captain Sicarius, a unit of Honor Guard, and 4 Stern Guard veterans or Vanguard veterans in any combination.
Still
4 units.
Separate units.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of Stern Guard.
Yeah, you can have quite a few.
It's a lot of meat shields.
A lot of meat shields, and they're deadly meat shields. They're not just regular meat shields. So pretty cool stuff, and of course the triumvirate formation too.
Which his sword on 6s has strength D?
Correct.
God.
Yeah, he hits. Well, his weapons working in concert. So his sword and the Hand of Dominion, which is his power fist, basically function as one profile weapon.
What the heck?
Yeah, so all of his attacks are strength 10, AP 1. All of his attacks are melee, armor, vein, concussion, soul blaze. He has Touch of the Emperor and Whirling Flame. Soul Blaze can randomly do some extra damage.
Oh, I know Soul Blaze.
Yeah. But he has 6 attacks base. If you're surrounded by more than 6 enemy models, though, you might want to consider doing Whirling Flame, because then you'll hit everyone. It's just, yeah, it's interesting. And then his Armor of Fate gives him the 3-up invuln. And on a 4-up, if he is slain on the start of your next turn on a 4-up, he comes back with D3 wounds.
Can it only happen once?
No, it can happen as many times.
I guess until you fail that 4-up.
Yeah, until you fill that 4-up. If the marker though is on the table at the end of the game when he's not back yet, then he counts as being a casualty. So, yeah. But he gets back up. He has all of the Warlord traits from the command traits from the Warhammer rulebook because he has absolute mastery.
Wait, he has He has all of them?
All of the command traits from Warhammer 40,000 rules. Has all the warlord traits.
Not can pick from any of them. Has all.
He just has all of them. Yeah. So he's bonkers. If he's your warlord, which
why wouldn't you?
Yeah. But yeah, you take the Victrix Guard, which
can he take? Is there anything in this that says he can't take demonic possession rules with Grey Knights?
No, that would be pretty funny. I don't know if he'd gain anything out of it other than demon.
I mean, did he get a 3-up invuln? Does he have a 3-up?
He already has a 3-up invuln.
He has a 3-up already?
Yep, from the armor.
Yeah.
2-up save base, 3-up.
I mean, you get the demon keyword at least, but
yeah, he has Eternal Warrior, Feel No Pain. So he's dirty. Here's
cool.
the Forces of Ultramarine. Here's their Warlord traits. Here's the Relic of Ultramar. We're not going to go through all that, but then they have the Victrix Strike Force Detachment if you want to take this, which is a big old mega company there. So, and then last but not least, their tactical objectives. So, pretty cool stuff
for Ultramarines.
For Ultramarines. That was a quick rundown. We kind of blew through all that pretty quick. I'm sure it's going to be pretty popular.
When you read it, definitely savor the visuals.
Oh yeah.
Because we did not.
No.
But
I mean, I did the first time.
Right.
But definitely check out the rules. Check out the lore. Because again, this is a big book. The first time in a long time the story is actually progressing to something. It's building up to something big. These storms have been gathering for 3 books now.
Right.
Something's going to happen.
Storm to happen.
Stormfront hits. Something's going to happen. So let's hop out for a really quick recap. Well, that was Gathering Storm 3, Rise of the Primarch. It's just packed full of awesome. I don't know what else to say, man.
I mean, after Warzone Fenris, I was expecting to see 5,000 Sun Boys and Magnus.
Yeah.
Was not expecting Kairos.
Yeah. Fate Weaver shows up. I mean, we could do the who's who and the rundown again of everybody in here, but I mean, just go buy the book. Go check it out. It's out now in stores. Let's crunch the numbers on it real quick.
Yeah.
What is the price point on Rise of the Primarch?
It is a GW hardcover, so it's $50 flat.
Cool. $50. It is Games Workshop. It is for use with Warhammer 40K. So you've got all your rules in there as well. So all you tournament players, go pick it up. All you fluff bunnies and fluff lore hounds like myself.
Also here.
There's over 90 pages of stuff to read through, and it is laying the foundations for whatever's coming next. So it's kind of a big deal.
It's basically half a Black Library novel. The first bit is an illustrated prose.
Yeah.
It's like
There's also all of those we showed the blowouts that kind of do here's what these guys are doing. They're not part of the main story of the road trip story, but here's what they're doing. So really cool stuff. So
a little context.
Yeah, some extra content. Good stuff going on. Well, this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. I'm AdamHarry from Bella Souls.
And I'm Drake with Dragons Are Comics and Fantasy.
Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.
Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.